With as ever expansive as the Dragon Ball multiverse is, being able to touch every corner of it would take ages, as with the introduction of different universes after Dragon Ball Super, it seems like Dragon Ball content could be almost never ending if that's what Toriyama wished for. With works like Dragon Ball Heroes and even Fighters, alternate storylines that take place outside of our main series is nothing new, but as far as the basis and pretty much most popular of all the alternate timelines, Xenoverse seemed to almost make the idea mainstream itself. With so many works revolving around the series, the infinite possibilities of transformations, encounters, and anything else you can think of seems like just a short arc away, but even beyond what we've already seen. Who are those in charge of patrolling the regions of the galaxy, and just how powerful are they? Well, I was doing some digging around and I found a pretty interesting story on Instagram by a guy named XX_Crimson_XX. So be sure to go follow him if you guys like the story, but his project tells the tale of a Saiyan human hybrid named Zabiru who bears a striking resemblance to his ancestors. This is Dragon Ball Xenoverse, the Zabiru Chronicles, a story that takes place in an alternate timeline which portrayed Xenoverse in a very different way from what we've already seen. Once again, if you guys want to check this original story out for yourselves, be sure to go check the link down in the description box below to Crimson's Instagram. Also, don't forget to click that notification bell if you love Dragon Ball to never miss an upload. Also, follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with all Dragon Ball related content. But first, I want to take the time to thank the sponsors of today's video, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is a turn-based mobile RPG done right. I'm sure you've heard of this game by now, but for a great reason, as Raid is one of the top 3 ranked RPGs on the Google Play Store with about 15 million downloads eclipsed in the last 6 months. Some of the most attractive and popular features within the game making it so popular are the ability to explore over 1 million champion builds, assemble a team from 16 different heroic factions, and claiming glory in the immersive and intense PvP arena. And the best part of it all? This game is free to play. With tons of progression rewards and new champions every month, it's easy to see why Raid has exploded with popularity in such a short time, and check out this cool roadmap that they published. One of my favorite things about this game is hands down the PvP aspect, because that honestly is what determines the longevity of my relationship with the game, and enjoying PvP will have me playing for hours at a time. They've even stated that they have plans to continuously update this game as often as they do for about another 6 months. In order to start playing right now, be sure to check out the links in the description, and if you're a new player, you'll receive 100k free silver, 2 clan boss keys, 10 mystery shards, and the free champion Executioner. Check out Raid soon, as these rewards are relevant for 30 days. Thanks once again to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Good luck, and I'll see you in the arena.
I got swords on my back, set my right back. Ninjas with me, niggas, throwing stars at these bitches. Eating ramen noodles in the hood with my niggas.
The first panel introduces us to our warrior Zabiru, as he says that today just happens to be the worst day of his life. He's the hero of Kanton City, which, as you guys probably already know, is the central hub world within Xenoverse pretty much, and he says that he feels that something is really wrong. Zabiru seems to have just been in an encounter with something or someone, as we can see him visibly beat up and obviously hiding, but he says that he has to keep moving. When he tries to, however, the severity of his injuries are revealed as he gasps in pain, grabbing his ribs, and one glance at his hand reveals a decent amount of blood from his wounds. From around a corner, a commotion is heard, and we can see just who Zabiru was trying to avoid as a soldier zooms by, saying that he couldn't have gotten far. As the group of soldiers cuts back towards our warrior, they begin closing in on him. Zabiru, however, reaches for something behind his back, and then he pulls out a single senzu bean at such an opportune moment, and after eating it, he's back to full power. What he does next definitely seems really overboard, as he begins to charge one of our most favorite signature moves, the Kamehameha, completely obliterating all of the soldiers previously pursuing him. This explosion alerts a group of nearby warriors from Kanton City, as shock and amazement seem to be the general reactions from the group, but this is when one of them states that this feels like Zabiru-san's energy. Over at the Time Nest, a soldier barges in addressing himself to those inside, saying that they made contact with Zabiru in the outer forest. In the next panel, we can see that Trunks is contemplating the situation, mulling it over, trying to decide his next step, but when the soldier tells him that the casualties are 100%, Trunks decides that he must go and stop this himself. However, not before the Elder Kai steps in and tells him that that won't be necessary as they're about to send in the big guns. Seeing as how most of their forces were just defeated in a single attack, the lone soldier says that he doesn't think that they have the military power for this, but of course the Elder Kai isn't talking about them, but Time Patrollers however, and the cool part is that the Elder Kai has already taken care of everything, saying that Trunks shouldn't worry anymore as he sent 6 very capable warriors. When we cut back to the events outside, we see 2 Time Patrollers headed towards the direction of the explosion, as one says that they should be in the outer forest momentarily. The other individual he was flying with asks if he thinks that that was really him, as Zabiru knows that you're not supposed to fire within the city limits, but the other replies that with what that blast was, it doesn't really seem like he cared and they need to be careful not to end up like whoever he was firing that at. A voice from behind them calls out to the 2 warriors, and when they turn around, they're met by 2 other Time Patrollers named Pukan and Kanako. After the short introduction, they go on to say that the Elder Kai filled them in on the events taking place, and it seems like Zabiru has lost his mind. With the first group's job being to secure and capture, the patrollers wonder why so many of them have been called for this task, as one of them says that Zabiru isn't even all that strong, and to be honest, But before he can finish his statement, 2 other individuals arrive as one patroller says that of course the fanboys and girl have shown up now, but in opposition to this statement, this patroller seems to know that Zabiru's true power is not to be underestimated, and with that, they take off once more. Cutting back to Zabiru, we can see him contemplating and regretting, to be honest, the previous decision he made that resulted in over 100 casualties, asking himself why didn't he just knock them out, but instead his power got the best of him, compromising his decision making. But within a matter of moments, voices can be heard in the distance directed right at him, and when he looks up, he's confronted by all 6 Time Patrollers sent to capture him. One of the warriors says that Zabiru has gone much too far this time and is to come with them immediately, but he swiftly declined. Wasting no time, an attack is launched at Zabiru that he's able to dodge easily, then another that he deflects, and the battle begins. Zabiru is able to deflect the attack back at the Time Patrollers, causing them to scramble momentarily, and then with impressive speed, he's able to appear behind one of them as he charges a very peculiar looking technique with his fist, and then goes on to deliver the finishing attack. The Time Patroller, however, is able to match Zabiru's attack as the 2 clash fists, and then they attempt to overpower one another with the same technique again. However, the other Time Patrollers are seen getting back into the action now. Zabiru is snuck from behind by another one of those devastating attacks, which seems to knock him out cold for a second, meaning that those punches are definitely not safe to take. Zabiru was able to catch himself, however, but he says that he obviously can't take another one of those attacks or he's gonna be in bad shape. As his opponent closes in on him, he states how he simply doesn't have the time or see an opportunity to fully transform. But what he means by that, we just don't know right now, as he says that for the moment, it seems like unlocked potential will have to do. Hopefully this is enough to finish the job. As the Time Patroller attempts to deliver the final blow to finish the battle, Zabiru turns it up a notch as out of nowhere, using instant transmission to dodge his opponent's attack, and when he appears behind him, his eyes change colors, darkening almost pitch black, and he attacks with a ferocious dragon fist, crushing his opponent with absurd power. As Zabiru snaps out of it, he asks himself just what is he doing again? Looking disappointed in his decision making once more, but as he raises his fist from the back of his enemy, a huge dragon appears before them now from the result of the attack, as the other patrollers stand in shock before something referred to as the Crimson Dragon Fist. As the dragon evaporates, one of the patrollers who was spectating previously decides that it's time for him to step in and go all out before any more casualties arise, and this is when he transforms into a form resembling Super Saiyan God, and he darts off towards the fight. As he arrives on the scene, it would appear that the true battle is about to begin, as something about this guy seems a lot more serious and dangerous than the last, and even he tells Zabiru that he's lucky they aren't allowed to finish him off, or he'd already be dead. A battle capable of shattering portions of the multiverse is underway, as both Super Saiyan God and Potential Unleashed have made appearances so far in this absolutely amazing fan manga, and even though they may be considered to be different tiers of power, Zabiru is seeming like he is more than capable with the abilities he possesses now, and above all else, just what sort of secret transformation is he hiding? Power that makes having your potential unleashed just something you settle for. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching as always if you made it this far, and I appreciate you guys for being understanding about me being gone like I was. I went on a little, I guess, like family vacation, and some big things took place, but we're back for good now. And if you guys are interested in at all of what I was up to while I was gone, be sure to go peep my Twitter. It's all up there for you guys to see, and I've been replying to pretty much everybody that commented on what was going on, so be sure you go check that out if you're interested. Down below in the comments, let me know what you guys think of Zabiru so far and all the events taking place in this, I guess you can call it an alternate Xenoverse timeline. So far this is really interesting to me, and I'm so glad I found this story because it's so refreshing. You know, I guess not completely new characters because there are, you know, Trunks is still here, Elder Kai and all that, but it's cool to see pretty much an entirely new cast for Dragon Ball for once. You know, that's really something that never happens even in fan mangas. If you guys want to read this chapter for yourselves, read ahead or anything like that, the link to this manga will be down in the description box below, as well as the link to Crimson's Instagram. And lastly, before we get out of here, if any of you guys want to check out Raid Shadow Legends in order to get your free 100,000 silver, 2 clan boss keys, 10 mystery shards, and 1 free champion, as part of the promotion for newer players, the link to that will be down below as well, so you guys can get started today. Also, be sure to click that notification bell to never miss an upload, and follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with all Dragon Ball related content. But anyways, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.